I love you guys.
Welcome to Torg Stories Podcast. And we ended up with a pretty big list of stuff that we might get to tonight. Are you ready for me to run through it?
I'm ready. Love big lists, I think.
I've got staples in my head. We're doing NFL Week 5, Sunday, October 5th games. We've both seen the horror film Weapons. Taylor Swift has a new album. Bad Bunny is playing the Super Bowl, and he hosted SNL. I went to Wilmington, North Carolina. Mark Sanchez got stabbed, and it looks like he's going to be charged for a felony. And what a week.
That's a lot. Yeah. Who knows? Personal and professionally, you got a full week. What can we say?
And you've got a beautiful blue shirt on today.
I do. I came direct from work.
It looks
Had
nice.
so many meetings today. Couldn't even breathe hardly. So here I am right off of that.
All right, here's the short version of my fall in which I received the staples.
It sounds so old manish. I hate to hear it, but here we go.
Okay, so running along the side of my house, we have a creek. The creek is probably 10-foot deep ditch with a culvert running through it. And some trees fell on one side of the ditch, across the ditch, hit the other side of the ditch, partially broke. And so our side yard next to the driveway, spilling into the driveway, are the tops of 2 trees and a lot of branches.
Right. So you got to clear it out for the driveway.
So I'm going to clean all that up. I go out there. The wood is so rotten, it's pretty easy to haul out. I'm almost done. When the trees fell, they hit another limb on a tree on the other side of the ditch, and I decided I would go ahead and trim that branch. So I go to the garage. I get a little stool, like a 3-step stool. I'm not very high. I know it's not super stable. I've been accused of not being very safe before. I have.
You do have a cutting device in your hand.
I have clippers, right? I'm not even.
I mean, that's sharp blades.
Sure. So I'm a little wobbly on top of the steps. By the way, I fudged this story a little bit at the emergency room because I didn't want a bunch of tests run to see if I had broken vertebrae.
Oh, okay, but you don't.
I think they would have done a little more had they thought I. Anyway, I didn't have to fudge a lot. So I feel a little wobbly, but I'm holding on. I have the clippers, and that's steadying me as I cut the branch. I cut the branch. I get almost all the way down the 3 steps. I'm like on the last step, and I start falling backwards a little bit. I probably would have fell on my butt.
Okay.
However, I'm next to the 10-foot ditch. Weeds shoulder high, lots of boulders. We have a culvert there that got blocked during the hurricane. So I roll backwards, so reverse somersault down this hill. I estimate that I turn twice, and I just with the full force of going back, hit my head on a boulder.
Yeah, not good. Pretty scary.
Not good. So I reach back, you have those moments where you're like, I hope there's no blood.
Right.
I reach back to my head, lots of blood.
Lots of blood. Scary.
And then Isabel has just gotten home with her boyfriend. Izzy, my daughter, has just gotten home with her boyfriend, Tyler. I go into the house. I can't really see how I'm doing. I go, will you look at this and see how bad it looks? And she says something like, "Oh my God, that looks terrible."
Right.
So
Well, thank God you could get up and walk in the house.
Yeah, thank God. I mean, I started, you and I have been over this before. And so what ended up really turning out to be the sorest was my neck. I mean, at first it felt like I slept wrong, but then it was like really bad whiplash. Felt like a car wreck, even though I haven't been in a car wreck. I can't imagine these football players, the hits they take. Okay, so Izzy drove me to the ER. Now, 2 things about being in the ER. First, great physician, younger than me, kids, elementary age students. And he says, well, you're going to need a couple staples. I can numb your head, but that actually will hurt quite a bit and it'll kind of take a while. And so I felt him like, let's just do these
Let's
staples and
just do the staples. You can get it out.
let's
Yeah.
just do the staples. Um, and so I said, okay, let's just do the staples.
I guess.
I mean, he picks up this, it looks just like a staple gun.
Right? He's going to
It
staple your head.
doesn't look really any different. Not to, and by the way, just the cleaning out process, oh my goodness, that hurt.
Right.
You know, like
Burning little stuff.
eyes.
Yeah.
And Megan did come late. She met me there, and so she was back there. I think I impressed my wife with my toughness on the clean out of the wound.
Oh,
And I
good.
have a huge cut in the back of my neck, and I'm bleeding on the arms and elbow. But then, so once if he would have included this in the original
Description
question
of
about the
yeah.
staples, I would have went for the staples even faster, although I didn't resist at all. He said, when I did this to my son, I didn't tell him.
What do you mean? I don't get it.
So his son was like 8, and he was jumping on a trampoline with his sister, who's 10, and sorry, I'm getting ready to cough. Excuse me. Sorry. Her teeth went into the back of the son's head.
Oh,
Her
nice.
tooth broke off upon hitting her brother's head. And so he had a cut, as the doctor said, about like yours. And so he stapled his son's head, but he didn't tell him what he was going to do. He was
Oh,
like,
right.
you're going to feel a little pinch. Boom.
Well, that's the thing to do, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I said, are you going to tell me? And he goes, yeah, I guess I'm going to tell
He's
you.
got to kind of tell you.
Yeah. So I had to cancel the Watauga girls basketball workouts on Tuesday. I had 3 days of being pretty sore. Couldn't sleep, like flat on my back. Got a tetanus shot. So excitement.
You're all set now.
There's my
All hot and
story.
set. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to go back to the ER and get my staples out though.
I had one time I had stitches in my head, and I don't know if you recall it happening. Do you?
I don't remember stitches in your head.
I believe we're playing knee football in the 12-mile living room. Knee football, horrible game. You're on your knees the whole time.
I
It
came
really
up with all
hurts.
kinds of knee games.
Yeah, playing with my brother, and I got my head right into a corner of an end table. Had to get stitches. Remember going to school, and the girl, one of my friends, was like, "Let me pull this purple stitch out of your head,"
Oh
and
my
the
gosh.
teacher was like, "No, no, no, please don't do that." So yeah, that's the only time I had stitches. Again, kind of caused by my brother.
Yeah, I contributed to some injury.
Yeah, sure did.
We already went over that you were in traction for 3 weeks because of me.
Right, that's the worst one for sure.
And we
Yeah.
also went over me breaking my mom's ankle sliding into
That's
second grade.
right. Yes, you like breaking bones in the family.
This is at least my 4th time getting stitches in the head.
But I remember you getting stitches a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I got them above my eyebrow at least twice. I got them on the front of my head. Most of those, I think 3 of those, I think one was a coffee table. I think 3 of them were elbows. Let's see. Ralph Hodge was my coach. His brother, Jeff, played for his brother at Olivet. He was, I think, a senior. I was a freshman, maybe a sophomore. And he elbowed me right above the eye. I was at perfect Jeff Hodge elbow height as a freshman guarding him.
I had one black eye once in the living room of our grandmother's den, which turned out to be our den later. We were playing wrestling, like WWF wrestling.
Yep.
Got a knee in the eye again by my brother.
Yeah. All right. So did you ever get hurt and it wasn't my fault?
I'm sure I did. I did break a leg. You weren't there, so.
All right, Ann. I told you that headlines should be the stuff you want to talk about, not the Colts. It looks like I have 4 headlines. Like you, I don't think I did write a couple very simple headlines, but you want to give us one of your headlines?
I have 3, so since you have 4, why don't you start?
Okay. Number 1.
Don't take mine.
Oh, I know. I probably will, right?
Probably.
2 undefeated teams go down.
Oh, my top headline, no unbeaten teams.
Yeah, so I'll rattle off a few things. You can rattle off a few things. So the Broncos beat the Eagles 21-17. The Broncos go to 3-2. The Eagles go to 4-1. The Eagles led 17-3 in the third quarter. The Broncos go on an 18-0 run in the fourth. They have 6 sacks. Those are some of my statistics from the game.
Well, I feel like you got to know you can never feel secure. You just never feel secure with the lead. I don't. I don't in any sport, to be honest, anymore. But football, I think it's very true. Unless it's fourth quarter, 2 minutes, and you're up 2 touchdowns. Okay, I got it.
It's
But
absolutely,
otherwise,
it's absolutely true in basketball.
yeah, absolutely true in basketball. Unless
20,
you're up maybe by 40, I could.
20
I
point
could.
leads come and go all the
Yeah,
time.
30. I'd be like, oh, you'd be really stupid if you lost it. But
Okay.
hey, so uh, yeah, no unbeaten teams. The Bills fall and the
Wait,
Eagles fall.
wait, wait,
But
wait.
I would
Yeah.
like to say both those teams look a little shaky to us, right? They've looked shaky. The
So,
Bills, they're giving up, their defense sucks, right? They're giving up all sorts of things. They've almost been beaten before. And then the Eagles are having offensive problems, I guess, is seems to be the
I mean, I
diagnosis. I
think
didn't watch much of that game, but
I have two more Eagles.
Eagle facts.
Barkley, 6 rushes for 30 yards. I don't know what's
Nothing
happening.
special. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what's happening.
It must be offensive line problems.
Offensive line injury. Eagles 2 of 11 on third downs.
Right. Not good. Their
No.
quarterback isn't like, woo, wow. How do
Yeah.
you describe that? He's not a wow guy. He's a meat and potatoes guy, if you
He's a
will.
couple big plays, tush push. So you asked me to do kind of NFL power rankings because you thought the games were boring. So we'll do that later, right? You're ready for that?
Yeah, I'm kind of ready. I just have the best of the I have 3 tiers. I have tier rankings, if you
Oh,
will.
wow. And you do the
Tier
tiers.
rankings. Yeah.
Okay.
Um, I mean, honestly, that could be a headline. Kind of boring games. What games did you get into? That kind of thing. But it's not. So I'll go to my next headline. Or
Wait, wait,
next,
wait,
oh,
wait.
you
I'm
got
still on
more.
undefeated teams. Patriots beat the Bills 23-20. That was a great game.
Well, that's actually my next headline.
Oh,
Drake May, Patriots, good game. I actually did enjoy watching. I really pushed aside some of my hatred of the Patriots and thought,
hmm.
this is a new life, and there's no Tom Brady. There's
Right.
no Bill Belichick. What do you hate here? What do you hate? I mean, I hate all their Super Bowl rings. That's one thing I hate. Um, but I can enjoy the team, sure. So I did enjoy watching that team, rather that game. And so, yeah, I have, Drake May and the Patriots performance, pretty impressive.
Stephon Diggs, he was a Bill, 10 catches for 146 yards.
He's going to get some special attention later, but yes, amazing.
I
Um,
think that I think the Patriots defense, especially the run defense, is starting to become pretty formidable.
well, to me, the worst thing about the game, or the thing that hurt the Bills the most, that interception was just sick. It was a
There
it
were
was a bad interception,
there's
bad
at least
time for
three
an
turnovers.
interception.
At least 3 turnovers.
Yeah. So that really hurt him. And Drake made no interceptions, and they didn't fumble it at the goal line. They did fumble it early in the game, but no horrible fumbles. So yeah, they work it
You
out.
know, I'm not going deep on the Patriots, but I can list some things I think that make them pretty dangerous off the top of my head. So, things to worry about. Drake May, right?
Right. Doing good.
May and Diggs look like quite the combo.
His little throw from the knee, pretty impressive. First time
Steve
I was like, oh, that was a really good throw because I thought you were
Stevenson,
getting sacked.
the running back, Stevenson.
I don't even know him. Does he have that weird first name? Is he the guy that's fumbling all the time?
Oh, he has had a fumbling problem.
Yeah, yeah.
Hunter Henry, the tight end.
Okay, I don't remember his name, but
Vrabel is looking pretty good. Coach.
right. I mean, he was the Titans coach. I don't have that much faith in him.
I mean, the thing I like to, I mentioned, I think this a couple of weeks ago. Take notice when this happens.
Okay.
Um, Titans people are frustrated that the Titans don't go further in the playoffs. Why can't we should be playing for championships, and then they fire the coach, and then the team is horrific.
Right. The team
And
is
you're like,
horrific. Yeah.
oh, he was actually holding this group
Holding it
together,
together. Yeah.
making the playoffs with this cruddy team. Josh McDaniels, right?
Right. I mean, I know his name. Can I
Wizard,
recognize the hallmarks of his calls? No, but
at least 2-time failed head coach. What is that? Broncos, Raiders? But, alleged genius offensive coordinator. So I think I told you, Ann, I bet up and down. I bet before the year for the Patriots to win the division in the same division of the Bills. I told you yesterday, this is a big night for my division bet. It's like it's either over or like, uh-oh, it might happen.
I think the bet really looking good right now, right? It really looks good. But I mean, who knows? The Bills, my heart, I prefer the Bills. I want the Bills to do better. But certainly the Patriots are pushing it. I mean, division, otherwise it's just between the two of them, right?
Right. Okay, another one of my headlines. The Cardinals lose 22 to 21 to the Titans. It's the Titans' first win. It's almost the most impossible way I have ever seen a team lose. I have A through E, the things that happened.
Okay, well, you have to educate me because I didn't watch this. I thought two teams that are on the radar, who really cares? But yeah, and I also thought Cardinals had it in the bag, so I kind of didn't watch.
Yeah, you told me you turned the channel. You got off that game.
Got off that game.
So you couldn't have done it today because Ann's on the West Coast and pulls into her driveway and is in podcasting in five
And
minutes.
in podcast mode, yeah.
Yeah. So, but me, this is eight. It's about an 8:30 start for me tonight. So I recommend the NFL YouTube channel where there are games that are 15 to 20 minutes long. Um, and I watched three of them again, including the Patriots game. I really enjoy that. The NFL YouTube
Right.
channel.
A condensed game,
Yeah,
basically.
15 to
And
20
there's so
minutes.
much dead time in the NFL. Yeah.
There's so much that
So
time.
much dead time.
Yeah, Megan and I were like, this is how we like to watch games.
I mean, a game would really be that long, right?
I told you Megan is, almost always on her phone
She's kind of becoming a football fan, I feel.
and she looks up when the crowd cheers.
Well, it's
Uh,
like the more you understand something, the more you like it, right?
but
Usually.
but when you watch the 20-minute version, the crowd cheers a lot.
Right. Lots of
Okay,
crowd
here we
cheers.
go. Cardinals are up 21 to 3.
Great.
Um, the Cardinals player, I forget how to say his name. Day Mercado.
I don't even know.
I don't hope to pile on this guy. This guy has
Oh,
had
is this the guy that dropped another
yeah.
drop after my rant? I mean, why didn't the coaches all take my rant and
Just
play
play
it to
the rant,
everybody?
man.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that.
Like, who is this old lady talking to
Let
me?
me read this and then we'll talk about that right now. He has a 72-yard run.
Beautiful.
He slows up the last 5 yards. I see it all the time, right? People like walk into the end zone, they dance into the end zone. It's almost like, oh, I'm gonna let you catch.
Like, yeah, look, I'm gonna play with you and toy with you while
Yeah.
I go into the thing.
He almost gets caught, but he doesn't even see this guy, I don't think. And so then he's flipping the ball. So the ball, he just sort of like rolls it off his hand like he's throwing a skee ball or something. And it comes out right before he crosses the line. It's a touchback. So that happened. So that would have made it, if they get the extra point, 28 to 3. But let's now pause, Ann. You've got a team. On the one hand, they're all playing, so they don't see people do this the way we do. But they also follow the social media so closely, they should have seen people getting ripped all week.
Right. I mean, I guess I don't know how locker rooms in football works. There's so many more people than a normal game. But if I was a head coach, I would open up the meeting on Tuesday or whenever they have their little team meetings and say, hey, did you guys notice that two guys got, or now three people have been called back for TDs because they're stupid? Let's go over that, right? As a coach, to me, as a coach, it belongs on your shoulders. Get the information to your guys. All your guys care about is being a TikTok highlight. So let them know, hey, I don't want that.
That's the part that makes me think that would get the message through. They do care about Instagram and TikTok, and they should have saw last week
Right.
the Colt, or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, the Colt who did that. They should have seen that already.
Well, and now you're going to be dragged. But once again, I told you last year, Jonathan Taylor got dragged. But yet he's still letting go of the ball seconds after he goes over the thing. Now maybe he's sure now. He's sure he's past it. I don't know. But I would be a little more careful. I did hear that this one was really, really close and that it was teetering on whether they should call it or not.
So I'm a teacher, I'm a basketball coach, and I will tell you this. 22 people are sitting in my room, and I tell them something, My estimate is now that 3 people know.
Three people have heard you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I send out an email reminder about this same thing. Now maybe 6 people know. Now I show them a video. Now I cold call 3 people, and now I do that 3 days in a row. And you can just reimagine that for a basketball team. It's the same. And you're talking, almost no one's listening.
I work in a corporation with people who are graduates of college. I don't know how many times I got an email and people are like, what are you talking about? And I said, well, we got an email about it. Didn't you read the email? Nobody freaking knows. So yeah, absolutely agree.
Now, I think you and I were spoiled. I think our mom is maybe the only person I've ever met that when I told Carol Sue something, it got done. One time.
Okay.
I'm just saying she listened and she executed. Not like I was giving her orders, but it was like whatever it was. If I just
Right.
asked
Sign this
help,
paper.
could
Whatever.
you
Yeah.
right, I need to turn this in, right. She just did it. So that's sort of a little not a one for one relation. But anyway, repetition, hammering away for 2 weeks. Now maybe my team is starting to get it.
Right. I mean, as a coach, I might even be like, hey guys, up here. I'm getting ready to go ballistic. Everybody watch me go ballistic. And then I'll go ballistic about it. Surely they would remember that, wouldn't they? I don't know.
How about this? Everybody write on a piece of paper. If I score a touchdown, I will run through the end zone and then celebrate.
Right.
Write that on a
I
piece
will
of
not drop
paper.
the ball until I cross the words in the end zone.
Sign that piece of paper and hand it to me on the way out of the room.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know.
Agreed.
I think maybe I don't even know what my theory is. The lure of looking cool, neat celebration is a bigger draw than make sure I score the touchdown.
I guess, but once you look the fool, I would think that would be a bigger deterrent, but who
Okay.
knows?
So Cardinals up 21-3. Guy celebrates early, touchback. Here I've got, and this stat goes with this. I saw this on an ESPN article. It was the 6th time since 2008 that a play went from touchdown to a touchback.
Right. I mean, so I guess in one defense, it doesn't really happen that much. It's just it's such a big deal when
It's
it
twice
does.
this year, though, right?
Yeah, right.
It's also tied for the second longest play from scrimmage to end in a lost fumble. There you go. Okay, so then nice 80-yard drive for a touchdown by the Titans. So they just nice long drive, they score, and now Titans quarterback Cam Ward, he completes a pass. Oh no, I actually wrote this wrong because I just watched it again. So the Titans quarterback throws an interception. The guy starts to try to run it back. He gets hit. He fumbles. The ball pinballs off of a couple guys and goes into the end zone. Tyler Lockett recovers it for a touchdown. He cuts the lead to 21-19.
Right. So crazy weirdo play.
Now the Titans have the ball. They run the clock down. Their kicker has missed 5 kicks in the last 2 games. He missed an extra point in this game. He kicks a 29-yarder. They win.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. So 2 bad teams. I think
2 bad teams, but I wouldn't have put the Cardinals on the Titans level.
I think Kyler Murray, I think he takes too much flack.
Perhaps. I mean, I haven't watched the Cardinals very closely, but
He looks dangerous. I mean, I guess they don't. I mean, I think they don't run him because his thing is he always gets hurt.
right.
When he takes off running, you're like, who can catch this guy?
I mean, they're playing the Colts, and even though the Cardinals just did this, I don't just do it a write-off. Oh, we're going to beat the
No.
we're going to beat
Is
the
that the next
Cardinals.
game?
Yeah, it's the next game with Cardinals. Yeah.
Oh,
Cardinals.
I don't know if I have that down. I'll get to
Yeah,
that.
maybe they'll be all crazy and psycho this game because they're so embarrassed. I don't know.
I don't know either. All right,
I don't
you're
like
out of
thinking.
headlines?
I have one other headline, and it's kind of on the opposition of the other headline. Worst of the worst. Teams fighting not to be the worst of the worst. But then at the last second, I thought of the worst, and I thought, oh, I forgot about them. But what I mean by that is the Panthers. Panthers, I had you written down as the worst of the worst. But what happened? They clawed a victory back from another team who's fighting not to be the worst of the worst, the Miami Dolphins. So the
So
Panthers were like, you know what? We can't be the worst. So we're going to win this game. And so they won.
win in your mind were the Panthers the worst of the worst?
They're fighting for it. I'm not saying they were the worst. Saints, everybody said Saints are the worst, the worst. They didn't have a victory. Saints got a win. Saints beat the Giants. Giants euphoria over Jackson Dart lasted 1 week.
That's right.
They're now back into they're not very good. So the Saints fought. They're not the worst of the worst. The Titans, we just went over it. The Titans, I thought Titans are horrific. They're the worst of the worst. No, they beat the Cardinals. Raiders. Well, you know what, Raiders, you didn't fight very hard because now you're kind of in the ocean of worst the worst. The Colts just trudged
Oh,
you,
you're
right?
right. I think the Raiders are in the running, but it does seem like the Dolphins, right?
No. I got
Oh,
the
you
trump
got
card at the end.
okay. Your
So
head.
then the Bengals. I'm like, the Bengals are
Oh,
pathetic now.
I agree
Is
with
it
that.
Bengals? How do you say it?
Bengals. Bengals.
The Bengals,
The Bengal Tiger.
horrific. They seem like they can't win, right? But
Hmm.
then I remembered, oh my God, the Jets are 0-5.
Oh yeah.
The Jets are the only winless team. Perhaps they're the worst, the worst. I don't know if I'm going to say they're the worst, the
Right.
worst, but these teams are kind of fighting who is going to be the bottom of the barrel.
So Jets, Bengals. The Jets are favored. Jets, Bengals, I think.
The Jets and the Bengals play next week.
No, I'm just saying, wouldn't the Jets be favored
Oh,
if it was Jets, Bengals?
in my mind, yes, I think they would be, but
Yeah.
would they be? They don't have a victory.
Yeah, maybe it would depend where the game is.
The Saints, I thought everybody said the Saints are horrible. Well, they just beat the Giants. Rattler looks okay.
Yeah, I thought the Saints have been, remember, they were somewhat close to the Bills
Right. Yeah.
last week.
They kind of looked better a couple of weeks.
Okay, my other headline is an unfair personal headline. Uh, my, so am I going to say my team to the Panthers or my team, the Colts, or can I say both my
You can
teams?
say both. I think you have more one team.
Um, I cheered for both teams. I was by myself and I audibly cheered out loud and get made touchdown signs. I had the sound on the Colts most of the game, but the Colts game was such a blowout that I put the sound on the Panthers. So the Panthers came from 17 down and beat the Dolphins. So if they lose 17 to nothing to the Dolphins, we're saying the Panthers are the worst.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Um, so this running back, Rico Dowdle, who I never heard of in my life,
This is the first time I've heard the name.
I meant to look up more about him and I forgot. 206 yards on 23 carries.
206 yards, 23 carries. A lot.
Is he going to be good?
You got me. I have
Because
no
if he's
idea.
going to be good, who I don't know. I just think they barely beat a horrible team. They're going to win two more games. I mean, I hope for more. And they're 2-0 at home.
Well, I just think these teams that I mentioned, these are the bottom pool. They're the bottom tier. We're doing tiers.
Yeah.
And they're going to be fighting. Who's getting the number one pick? Maybe someone will start blowing it. I don't know. But that's where we're at with them.
Okay, I'm out of headlines.
Okay. I'm out of headlines as well. I do have a couple game balls, although you mentioned one of the game balls already.
Wait, let's wait on game balls.
Okay.
I think it makes sense to talk about game balls toward the end.
Okay.
Do you want to do Colts Corner?
Colts Corner, I don't have too much. It was almost a boring game in the best way possible. Easy scoring. We're just scoring out of our ass. You know, it's very easy. No, I watched the first drive by the Raiders and I was like, oh, I don't like this. They really marched down the field. If we get by the Raiders, I have a whole new qualification on the entire season. But then it was just crushed, right? So Taylor gets 3 TDs. Taylor, best running back in the NFL right now.
Ooh, nice. Good.
I'm sure there's challengers, but to me, best running back in the NFL. Daniel Jones looking like a great quarterback. No turnovers, easy passes. I mean, is he making spectacular things? Kind of sometimes, but nothing over the top. But he's doing all the good stuff, not turning over, scrambling at the right times. I'm enjoying I'm going to call him DJ. I don't care for Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Danny Dimes actually I like, although it seems to be derogatory. So, our wide receivers are solid. We got great wide receivers. Alec Pierce still out, but we got these other people like Ashland Doolin. Who are you? I mean, I have actually heard of him. I know he returns kickoffs and he got a TD got pulled back from a holding call. But he's in there doing good third receiver reps. Pittman and Warren, this, tight end phenomenon that we are lucky to get.
Oh,
And it's
Warren,
like,
right. So what does Thor have a chance or does he not have a Scandinavian enough name?
no, I don't think he has a Scandinavian name. I don't know what
So
Warren
can
is.
you
It's
be
probably
Thor if you
English.
don't have
He can just because the hair. You
yeah.
don't see a lot of guys with long blonde hair, so you got to call him Thor.
Was
But
Trevor Lawrence kind of fit that bill too?
no, he has more of
Hmm.
a Steffi Graf haircut.
Okay. Yeah.
Nobody
So
really.
it's legit. Well, why isn't Thor should be taking off?
Thor should be taken off. Man, if his last name was Torgerson or something, it would be all over, right?
Yeah. We
And his
have
name is T. What is his first name? Timothy? I don't know.
I don't know either. We have to start pushing that a little bit.
Okay, yeah. So Warren's great. Josh Downs, little guy. I don't know. He's like 5'8". He's in there getting passes. We had a block punt. Don't see that every day. Well, you do now in this NFL season, but normally you don't see that every day. We had a block punt. Geno looks horrific. Geno Smith for the
Oh, he
Raiders.
does.
It's like he needs to retire tomorrow. He needs to retire yesterday. He's throwing
Like
interceptions. He had
Nicole.
two interceptions.
Didn't Nicole retire last week? I think he
What's
did.
last name you're talking?
I don't know.
Who
I
did you
thought it
say?
was one of the Colts retired last week, I thought.
Oh, well, yeah, it was Shaquille, right? Darius Leonard.
I'm looking it
Darius
up.
Leonard
Keep going. I'll tell you in a
is
second.
either Darius Leonard or Shaquille somebody, but I'm not sure. I have a guy I work with at work also named Shaquille, and he's kind of confusing me now. You don't know many Shaquilles in your life, but I do. Uh,
Yeah,
he's got two
Shaquille,
interceptions we have a depleted cornerback situation right now.
cornerback.
Uh, Indianapolis cornerbacks are
Yeah.
not, they're injured. Kenny Moore's out. Uh, Also, we found out today our kicker is out. He's out for the season, Bill. We got to find a new kicker. I heard auditions happening on Wednesday,
Oh my
so
gosh, that's the
that's a
first.
big deal. Field goal kicker, right?
Yep. So it's um Xavier Howard, cornerback, retired last week.
Oh, well, that's not the name I'm looking for. Yeah,
I
I
think
don't even know that name.
I think okay, here we go. In his public statement, Howard cited his desire to prioritize his family, specifically putting God and my priorities first. However, reports indicate he had struggled significantly in coverage in his 4 games with the Colts, which likely contributed to his decision.
Well, God appreciates the shout out. So
Oh,
actually, the injuries aren't.
does God appreciate shout outs? That seems like a golden line.
Yeah,
I
God
like it.
appreciates the shout outs.
Yeah.
I mean, God has always been a prideful God, hasn't he? So I think
Oh,
he enjoys the shout outs. Um, The injuries actually haven't been so bad for the Colts, but I'm still looking for Pierce to come back and Kenny Moore to come back because they haven't been outlawed. But let's get a good kicker. Otherwise, Colts are cruising. Colts are one of the best teams in the NFL. I'm
they
ready to
are.
say it.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing where you got them ranked. Can't say it
They're in
now.
a tier.
We're
They're in
saving
a
it.
tier.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
saving it. I like your tiers. I should start doing tiers.
So
And
that's my Colts corner. I'm still also waiting for the Colts to do their blue on blue breakout. When's the blue on blue uniform happening? I
great
need to have
question.
it sooner rather than later.
Colts Corner is brought to you by right there could be the name of
Yeah, Long's Donuts, Indianapolis. I don't know. Somebody.
I bet Boland's donuts
Bones and Logansport.
it's probably their budget is probably not big on
Probably not. I will say Long's Donuts, best donuts in Indy. So check
and
it
they're
out.
still
It's over
there.
there in Speedway. Yeah, it's over
Still
around the
there.
Speedway.
Yeah.
Well, they were there in 10 years
Caitlin
ago.
Clark at the game.
Caitlin Carter at the game would not put on her jersey. Other people put on her jersey. People are like, why did she want to put on the jersey?
She wouldn't put on a Colts jersey.
They handed her a Colts jersey. They handed her two teammates who I didn't even recognize. It must have been like Odyssey Sims and somebody or something. And they put on the jerseys, but Caitlin Clark did not.
I
Maybe she
wonder
didn't want to mess her hair up.
maybe it was related to her Nike deal or some sponsorship.
She had like a little tank top on. It didn't look like anything to me.
Yeah.
I don't care if she puts the jersey on or not.
Right. She's just Miss Indianapolis.
She's Miss Indianapolis. Love it.
Yeah.
Thank God her fiance got a job with Butler, right?
Yeah. Was it Butler?
Well, he was with the Pacers, but now he's with Butler, I think.
Oh, I wonder what happened.
Well, I
Interesting.
think it's a better job. It's a more important
moved
job
up.
with Butler.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And I've got there were 4 pretty big comebacks on Sunday.
Okay, list them off. I don't know.
Should I go from 4 to 1? That'd be more fun.
4 being the fourth best comeback.
Fourth best, yeah. The Commanders were down 10. They were down 27-10 and beat the Chargers.
Right. Chargers kind of crumbling. Kind of crumbling.
Seems I'm not going to say it seems over. It seems almost over.
Seems almost over. It's kind of sad because they looked really good. Like the first two games, we were like Chargers, but now crumbling. Injuries, injury problems.
Yeah. Broncos were down 17-3 to the Eagles and won 21-17.
I'm not a Broncos person, but they were pretty impressive. Bo
Yeah,
Nix,
yeah.
you get a thumbs up. You did a really great job.
I don't know what
Uh,
to do with the Broncos.
I don't either. I mean, that's our Colts victory that we kind of got by, the questionable penalty call. So I think they're right there with the Colts. I think Colts and
Oh,
Denver, they're very equal.
so the other two I already covered. The Panthers were down 17-0 and won. The Titans were down 21-3 and won. Those are some
We'll
big.
never give up. Never give up. Hang on. Right?
Yeah,
It's
boy.
like when the Pacers were down by 10 and there's 10 seconds to go and somehow they win.
Right. Boy, the Pacers did do all that.
They
All right.
did.
Before we go to our power rankings, mine are ridiculous. It should be great to argue with me and tell me how stupid I am. Um, Let me give you some surprising touchdown passes to interception ratio for quarterbacks this season.
Okay. So the ratio is going to tell me if they throw more
I'm
interceptions
going to
than
tell you how many
TDs.
touchdowns they have and how many interceptions they have.
Right.
So the ratio is,
And you want the ratio to be high.
yeah, I'm actually
Yeah.
not going to give you the ratio. I'm just going to tell you when I did the stat search, that's what I asked for. Who has the highest touchdown to interception ratio? Jalen Hurts, number one, 7 touchdown passes, no interceptions.
Okay, I've heard a lot from knowledgeable people.
Yep.
He doesn't throw it if it's risky.
Okay.
Don't you want a guy who's maybe going to throw it when it's risky?
Lamar Jackson, 10 touchdown passes, 1 interception.
Yeah, I see it. Well, he can scramble out of problems. Yeah.
I was surprised. So the Steelers lead that division. The Ravens look horrible.
Ravens look bad, but
But
never totally count them out. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, if we get healthy Lamar in 2 weeks, they can't catch. We saying they can't catch the Steelers.
Right. The Steelers are one of the most unimpressive good record
The
teams.
best thing about the Steelers is they don't play very many good teams
Right. The best thing about the Steelers is they have a weak schedule.
coming
right?
up too. It's
Right.
crazy.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
But that doesn't bode well for their playoff chances, does it?
Baker Mayfield, 10 touchdowns, 1 interception. Jordan Love, 8 touchdowns, 1 interception. Jared Goff, 12 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Did the Packers have a bye week this week? They didn't even play,
I think
right?
they did, right? I think we started the buys. Did the Steelers have a bye week? Or did they play on Thursday? No. Who played Thursday?
49ers and the Rams. It was
Oh,
a very
yeah.
good game. I enjoyed it. I like both of those teams kind of. So the 49ers though, remember Mac Jones? Mac Jones? Suddenly
know.
he's a good quarterback? I mean, what's going on?
Do we go game balls or do we go power rankings? What do you want to do first?
Let's go game balls and then we'll end with the power rankings. I do want to say that was my fashion faux pas. I have 2 fashion faux pas.
Oh, wait. So I texted you this, but we got a shout out to I forget this guy's name on TikTok. It makes me laugh already. And it's talking about how ridiculous Jackson Dart looks. And this guy comments on TikTok, these two giving out fashion ratings.
It's absolutely the
I'm
truth.
there in my gray t-shirt.
Absolutely the truth. Plus, I mean, come on, we criticize things we can't do. We're criticizing
Yeah.
football
Yes,
players. I mean,
we're
yeah.
criticizing passes.
The assumption is they all do things 10
Yeah,
times, million
right.
times better than I do. And certainly fashion too.
I hearted his message. I said, right?
Yeah,
Exclamation.
what a bunch of losers. I agree.
I'm with you, dude.
Okay, fashion faux pas. Mac Jones, he had a divided suit, Bill. A
I saw
red
it.
and a black
I don't
suit.
even know. I've never seen anything like it.
What it's almost reminded me of that guy Two-Face from Batman. Remember he had the
Okay, yeah.
two faces?
That's a good,
It also reminded me, remember back in the day, there was a lip sync show on television, and they would lip sync, and I forget what it was called. It was a TV show, and I watched it just wholeheartedly. And sometimes somebody would do a duet, and it'd be one person, and they would have a dress on half their body, and they would have a suit on the other side, and they would switch their bodies to do the duet. It reminded me of that, except it was a real suit. No, you don't remember that?
I don't remember the lip sync show. No, I do not.
Okay, my other faux pas. Oh, I know what it was. The Bills uniforms. What are we doing here?
Oh, they weren't good.
White and white with silver? Where are the Bills? Red, white, and blue. I hate red, white, and blue, but where is it? That's your colors.
Yeah.
You look like the Raiders light. I didn't understand it at all. Thumbs down for me on the Bills uniforms.
Megan tonight didn't like it. We were watching the short games before the pod, and she was like, "Ooh, I don't like these uniforms."
Yeah. They didn't even make me think of the Bills.
No.
And even if they were for some other team, you'd be like, oh, what washed out uniform is that?
And maybe that's why they lost.
I think it probably
I
is.
mean, the
I
Bills
mean,
have great uniforms normally.
let's do a blue blue. Let's do a red red. Can you imagine a
Oh,
red red on the Blues? Love it.
I
On the
don't, I
Blues,
would.
on the Bills.
I don't think I would like red. All right, you got any more?
Cardinals do a red red, and it looks really good.
Do you have any more categories?
Yeah, I have the game ball. So my game ball, number one, you kind of touched on it. Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
I was watching the game every time. Stephon Diggs catches it. Stephon Diggs catches it.
The second half was crazy.
This man is having like 4 different babies with 4 different women,
Oh, I didn't
and
know
he's
that.
out there catching Cardi B, Bill. He's having Cardi B's baby.
Oh, that's
Or
right.
Cardi B is having his baby, I should
Yeah.
say.
Well, Cardi B also had some babies before.
She had some babies before too, but he's having like simultaneous babies. But that's fine. A different discussion. He is a good-looking
Oh,
guy.
you're saying more than one person is currently carrying one of
Is
his babies.
currently carrying a baby. That's the
Okay.
rumor. I don't know if it's established truth.
Okay.
So I'm going to say allegedly.
Alleged.
But he's catching balls all over the place. I understand he used to play for the Bills, and I remember when he did. So maybe it was a really great revenge. But he was incredible. He had 10 receptions, 146
How did
yards.
I not give him a game ball? I gave out four.
I don't know. I'm giving him a game ball. So that's my number one game ball. What's your number one game ball?
Well, I don't know if I had. Okay, number one game ball, Baker Mayfield.
That's my number two game ball.
Yeah. So, boy, I got some other notes on him somewhere, and I forget where they are because the list of stats is crazy. Um, 379 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 87.9 completion percentage, NFL leading fourth quarter comeback. Didn't he set some kind of NFL record for passing yards with no interceptions or passing yards with completion rating?
Most likely, but I don't know.
Okay, I thought maybe that was part of your game
I
ball.
think the great thing about Mayfield is this how he's always scrambling around, and at the last second he'll do something, and you're like, what? And so I think it's his grit and heart that you really like to watch, right?
Okay, yeah, I found my stats here. Let's see. Mayfield set an NFL record for a quarterback with 375 passing yards and fewer than 5 incompletions in a regular season game. All four of the Bucks wins have been sealed in the final minute. They trailed in all 5 games in the final minute. He's thrown 9 of his 10 touchdowns when they're behind.
Right. And I did watch that
So,
game.
what do you do with the Bucks?
Very enjoyable game. Well, we'll find out when they're in the
The Bucks
tiers.
could be 0-5.
It was a very enjoyable game to watch. I enjoyed it. I liked it.
It was great.
I'm not even a fan of Seattle, and I still liked it. Also, I'll
Oh,
give a minor ball since you gave it to Baker, and I was going to give it to Baker. I'll give a minor game ball to this receiver rookie, Emeka Ibuka. Did I say it
yeah.
right?
He got one
Uh,
of my game balls as well, I
he
think.
was also catching things where I was like, what? So he's pretty impressive, and he's a rookie. He's right
Seven,
up there with Warren for me. Warren and this Emeka
seven
guy.
receptions, 163 yards, including a 57-yard catch on a third and
And
13.
they're doing all this without Mr. Mike Evans, right? The big time receiver. So impressive.
Okay, this is the first good look I got at the Seahawks, and they're pretty good.
The Seahawks were pretty good. I'll give a little fashion throw out to them. I want to say they had throwbacks on, but they look pretty good. I liked them. They were
So
very
Sam
colorful.
Darnold, he looked good to me.
They look good, surprisingly.
I mean, he scrambled around, he
There's
evaded.
so many quarterbacks this year doing good who I just felt like were not good. So
Do you
shout out to
think
them.
if they could hit redo, would the Vikings get rid of Darnold?
It's a good question. I
They
don't
were
know.
what, 13-3 with him?
Well, maybe if they knew J.J.
13.
McCarthy was going to be
That's
hurt,
what I'm
like,
saying. Like,
yeah.
oh, okay. So yeah, that's right. So we don't know. We're not sure about McCarthy. We don't know about McCarthy.
Right. They're kind of betting on the future with that move.
All right, I gave one of my game balls to Rico Dowdle, the Panthers running back who rushed for 206 yards.
Way to go, Rico.
The second most in franchise history.
Never heard of your name, but congrats. Love it. I gave my third game ball to somebody who I don't even want to give it to, but Bo Nix. You beat Philadelphia. You did 0 interceptions. You did a great job. Hats off to you, Bo Nix.
Oh, nice. Good
Yeah.
job, man.
I
I,
did that instead of Drake May
I'm,
because
my other game ball is Zach Cregger, the director of weapons. So we'll see if
we'll touch
we'll
on
see
that
if
at
we
the
talk
end.
about weapons later. Okay. Where are my power rankings? Oh, I
Okay,
have
I have tier
wait.
rankings. Oh,
I also have next week's big games. Which goes first? Power
we
rank.
can do some next week. I have those written down too.
All right, let's
Let's
do
see if
next.
our number one next week big game is your number one next week
Boy, it's
big
so
game.
hard for me to find my stuff. Okay, I got it. Yeah.
Lions Chiefs, big game.
Yeah, that's what I had at number one.
Number two, 49ers Bucks. Pretty big
Same.
game.
Same.
Number three, now we're kind of getting in there. Are these big games? I don't
No,
know.
San Francisco and Tampa Bay are both 4-1.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
I
I
don't know what to
think
do
the
with
Bucks are going to win,
San Francisco doesn't seem good, but now
but they keep winning, right? They
they
beat the
seem
Rams.
incredibly well coached, shorthanded, still winning. That seems like a big strength.
Third big
Hey,
game for
wait.
me, I guess.
Maybe Purdy's not very good.
Right? Purdy's not even playing.
I
So,
know, that's what I mean.
oh, okay, I see.
I mean, I
Well,
wonder,
I never thought Purdy was an elite quarterback, for sure not.
right?
My next big game, Bills Falcons, I guess. That's kind of a
Same.
big game.
Number three.
Number four, Seahawks Jags, kind of a big game. The Jags are doing better. The
Yeah,
Jags are
I know.
behind 14-0 right now for the Chiefs, but
Uh-oh.
yeah.
I have the Jags in a spot in my power rankings that doesn't bode well if they're down 14-0.
Well, this is one time in life I'm rooting for the Chiefs because we need the Jags to get beat down there in the Colts division. I think that's it really for my big games. I also wrote down Browns Steelers, kind of interesting. Bears Commanders, kind of interesting. And of course, the Colts Cardinals, just because of the Colts.
Yeah,
That's it.
my last two I threw on there were just our teams.
Who the
Car
Panthers play.
Cardinals at Colts. Um, Panthers play the Cowboys. So, I mean,
They could get ruled.
that's
Yeah.
at home. You would assume, I don't know. I think my overall take on the Panthers is one of the worst three or four teams. Will they win less? Will they win five or less? They're 2-3.
Yeah, they might win six, right?
Yeah, they might win
Yeah,
six or
they might
seven.
win
It
six.
doesn't, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't have their schedule.
Do they want to win six? I don't know. Yeah.
What do they want? Who do they want?
Right.
Like, I mean, I guess if you're moving on from Bryce Young.
Well, you can get other great players. You can get a nice O line or something. Who knows?
All right, power rankings. You just want to go, you do your one, I do my one until how many did you
Well, I
pick?
have tiers,
Oh,
right? So
you have the whole NFL?
no, but I have made three tiers. Number one tier being these guys could win the Super Bowl. Do you want me to give those people to you, or do you want to start with
Sure.
names?
Where would I draw the line on my tiers on the Super Bowl win? But
I have five teams in my tier one.
Okay.
The Lions. The Lions could win the Super Bowl. Lions looking good. They looked bad the first game or something,
First game.
but really looking good now.
They
Lions.
are they are my number one team.
All right. And you know what? I would be happy if the Lions
They
win.
lead the NFL in points per game, 34.3.
Impressive.
So
Number,
as you go through your first tier, I'll tell you where they are in mine.
yeah, exactly. Great idea. Number two, these guys are kind of dropping from their loss, but they still got to be there. The Eagles.
The Eagles.
The Eagles are still a Super Bowl caliber team. They've won it before. They've been in it the last 3 or 4 years, I think. So, Eagles.
Eagles are my number 4 team. As I already mentioned, Jalen Hurts, the only starting quarterback with no interceptions. And is saying that might be a problem.
Right. Might be a problem.
Throw it around a little more, Ann says.
Throw it around. Let's get some risk in there, Jalen. My next one, I hate to say it, Kansas City. They're on the upswing. They could easily get together. They could have Patrick Mahomes. Yes, they're a Super Bowl contender.
I don't have them in my top 11.
You're kidding.
I know.
That's crazy.
I really fell off of them, didn't I?
Okay, my next one. I don't know too much about them, but I've been watching them a couple times. The Bucks. They're looking good. The Bucks are actually Super Bowl contenders.
They're my number 5 team. I don't know what to do with them. Right, they're 4-1. Yeah.
Okay, the next one, you're going to be like, you're talking with your heart. The Colts.
Yeah, the Colts. So
The Colts are a Super Bowl threatening team.
These aren't in order. They're just the top tier.
They kind of are in order. Yeah, I think I wrote them in order. So that
My
would be one, two, three, four. That'd be the fifth team.
my number three team in the NFL, the Colts.
All right. You have even more belief than me.
They have a top five scoring defense, 17.8 points per game. Jonathan Taylor is on pace for Offensive Player of the Year, 7 touchdowns through week 5.
I'll tell you what, if the Cardinals score is like 30-27 Colts victory, I'll be disappointed.
Yep.
If the score is 30-15, okay.
I'm
Colts.
I'm ready to start betting the Colts to cover. I'm going to bet the Colts to cover. I'm going to throw something in to get in. You know what? I'm going to mess with the alt line to get me into the plus zone and bet on the Colts. That's what I'm
Okay.
doing.
Okay. So now we're down to my second
In other
tier.
words, I think the Colts are winning every week.
Yeah, I feel it. Or they can win. I mean, I don't know. I haven't really looked at their schedule,
Stuff
so I haven't.
happens. People
Yeah.
fumble, they throw interceptions.
I'll really like to see what happens when they play the Jags because they've really had some bad problems with the
They
Jags.
have, right.
Okay, my second tier. These are teams that absolutely could win the Super Bowl, but I don't have such a belief. The 49ers. We just talked about them. Iffy quarterback. Who's their quarterback? Iffy injuries. They got this Bosa guy is gone. Everybody's gone, but they're still threats, right?
They're my number 6 team. They have the projected easiest schedule in the NFC.
Okay. The
And
next is a
can
team.
the 49ers be the number 1 seed? Oh my gosh, that seems
I mean,
ridiculous.
if they won, I'd be surprised.
Yeah,
But these are teams that will make the playoffs,
right.
obviously. Seahawks, I haven't watched them that much, but they look pretty impressive there.
Wow. I have them down at number 9. I agree. Now, the Seahawks are ahead of the Patriots.
They're in the same tier, Bill. You're
Oh, you moved down to this other tier,
I'm
and
in the second tier now.
I thought you said they were ranked though.
Well, the second tier is not. The first tier was, the
Okay.
second tier is
All
not.
right.
So I got the 49ers, the Seahawks in my second tier. Packers. Packers have been dropping, but I did bet $100 on them to win
Oh,
the
that's
Super
right.
Bowl. So I have some hope that they'll rebound. And maybe they just have one bad game.
Packers
Uh,
not in my top 11.
so they're there to me. The Packers are a threat. Next, I hate to say it. I hate to say these last two teams. Denver.
Hmm.
I don't like you, Denver, but you look pretty good. Your coach has a lot of what do you say, credibility,
Yeah,
experience,
he does. He's won a Super Bowl. He's turned them around. He's
credentials. What's the word
not
I'm looking for?
he's not afraid to make hard decisions. I mean,
Yeah.
probably none of them are.
Okay, my last one, I hate to say it. You already mentioned it. Pats. The Patriots are in there. Second tier, maybe the bottom of the tier along with the Seahawks, the Patriots.
Not the Steelers are not in that tier.
The Steelers are not in any of my tiers.
I
My
know.
last tier only has two people. And forgive me for cussing, but this is if they
I
can
think
get their
people
shit.
like it. I think most people like it when you cuss.
Okay, this is if these guys can get their shit together, they could be a threat. Ravens, we talked about it. We're not going to throw the Ravens out in the trash yet.
No.
They got Lamar, they got a good coach, they got talent.
I
Ravens.
bet on them this week and lost. I thought they would just win because they're the Ravens.
Right. But they also might be on the
Quarterback
cliff.
looked bad.
Yeah. My other team on the if they get their stuff together, I just threw them in there. I'm kind of not believing it now that they're behind 14-0. The Jags.
Yeah. I thought the Jags maybe were good.
I put them down.
I
They
went
have
through their
well,
wins.
it's only the first half, Bill. Who knows what happens second
Yeah,
half,
this
right?
is the game where I felt like, okay, this should tell us something.
Yeah, if it's a close game, then the Jags. So those are the only teams I think, yeah, I can see them going far. If not, tier one, you can win the Super Bowl.
So you didn't list the Rams.
Oh, I did list the Rams. That's a good miss. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the
They
Rams.
they deserve to be there. You're right.
It's
Probably
still,
tier two with the
I was
Pats.
surprised how
Everybody.
much the Buccaneers might actually be a lot worse. If the Buccaneers
Yeah,
if they lost 6 games in a row, it wouldn't be totally shocking.
right. A lot of close games. You're right.
Maybe it's their season though.
Do you have any other teams I missed besides the Rams? I agree. I missed the Rams.
I had the Steelers.
Steelers could be, I guess, but I don't believe them.
That's
Yeah.
it. I had everyone else you had. My
Yeah.
top 5 were Lions. I still have the Bills second. You had the Bills listed, right?
Oh, I didn't list the Bills. That's another miss. So
So I
the
had
Bills
Lions.
aren't tier one. I put them on tier one.
Yeah, I have them at the second best team in the NFL still. Boy,
They're not. Yeah.
when Josh
They
Allen,
just got beat by the Patriots.
I know. When he is running, and they had at least three, maybe four turnovers.
They had one really bad one that I
It was
remember. Yeah.
bad, I thought. When he is running, I'm sorry to keep going to Megan as the gauge. No one gets more oohs and ahs on a play they make than
Right.
Josh Allen. Just like when you're like, I can't believe what I just saw.
Agreed. Yeah.
Running away from this guy, running over this guy, throwing this pass. That reminds me that Sam Darnold just laid in, just some perfect balls, like over one defender, short of the other one. Um, okay, so I think those are the only ones you missed. My top five: Lions, Bills, Colts, Eagles, Buccaneers.
Right. Yeah. It's close
I
to
could
my
be an
top. Yeah.
idiot for the Buccaneers. I think the Patriots, we could be on the bloom of a really tough team. Maybe I'm overreacting to this last game. Maybe the defense is really strong. Maybe Drake May's getting some really good chemistry with his receivers. The coaching staff has had time to get it rolling. I don't know.
Right. So we're agreeing on the Lions as the best team right now.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
didn't love doing it, but I didn't. They've just been dominant since the first game.
Yeah. I haven't even watched them that much, but just from the results. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. I think, are we done with the NFL now?
I am done with the NFL. Yes.
Oh, we did. Yeah, we did next week. Okay, so um, Weapons or Taylor Swift's album? What do you want to do?
Not much on Taylor Swift album. Wait,
We
my
lost
sound.
we lost your mic.
You hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me say a couple things about this.
Okay.
Taylor Swift's album, Life of a Showgirl. So coming from an English background and having a graduate degree, really a graduate degree in English education and in create an MFA in creative writing, I developed the habit that if we read Taylor Swift's lyrics, I've been taught to say the narrator. Okay, so
Hmm.
you don't assume the I or the voice of the
It's talking
song
about them.
or
Right.
the poem, or Catcher in the Rye's I is not J.D. Salinger. It's a teenage creation. So while I've been trained to say the narrator, it sure does feel like this is Taylor Swift's voice.
Right. I think usually when you listen to pop music, that's how it works. You assume it's their voice. I think people over assume. I think sometimes they think everything they say
Right.
absolutely happened, and that's ridiculous. There's no way. But yeah, I think she
Is
does
it,
write about personal experiences.
but is it less ridiculous when you're talking about Taylor Swift?
Yeah, I think she does truly purposely write about her personal.
And
Yes.
the thing I've heard her say, um, which I think explains quite a bit, and I like, and I can get behind, is these songs capture a moment in my life. They capture something I felt and wanted to hang on to or created art to hang on to in some way. So it's not like I always feel this way and think this way, but I did write this song to capture this minute. So you and I have felt extreme emotional things for seconds or days or little periods of our lives, but it doesn't mean that that's our whole life what we think.
Right. It's not a freight train running through your head. I do think, though, it's hard to know how much you're being manipulated by that. She knows if I say that stuff, people will lap it up like dogs. They'll love it. If
Mm.
I say it's the most personal, people love that, right? And she knows that. She's like the best at it. That's why she has her Easter eggs and all that stuff. So to me, it's always hard to know how to divorce it truly. It's almost like the cynical me wants to be like, you're just writing that because you know that's how I'll accept it. That's how you know you'll get the biggest audience.
I pro
But yeah, I do believe a lot of it's true for sure.
I probably need a more knowledgeable Swiftie because if I throw some things out at you, you're not likely to argue back.
Probably not. I listened to the album maybe 3 times through.
Oh, well, that's quite a bit. Is
I'm
there
not a
one?
big lyrics person though.
Oh,
I'll
that's
admit that.
interesting. Yeah.
Um,
Because what I thought we could do someday is just to do like a lyrical analysis because I don't
Well,
think
I would have to like read the lyrics.
I
Yeah.
don't think either one of us have the vocabulary to talk about music.
No, absolutely not. Yeah.
Let me just throw some things at you and we'll see. And we may not even go all the way. I mean, I even read a New York Times article that I thought was just totally wrong. Um,
Right. Well, there's, Rolling Stone gave it like A plus or 5 out of 5. Pitchfork gave it like a 2.5. So interesting stuff going on.
I mean, for example, and usually the New York Times allows comments, and I almost never comment. I commented on the
Oh, you laid a comment out?
no, I commented on the we did the top 100 films of the 21st century, and I read the comments and I commented, and so that's like one of the only times I can ever remember participating. The comments were turned off on this article. It was in the top right corner of the New York Times page, and it said something like Taylor Swift imagines the fate of Ophelia. She didn't need it. That's basically the summary.
Okay.
But that's not what the song says. So for example, I'm gonna give you a couple songs and I'll tell you what I think. The Fate of Ophelia. I mean, the simple. Let's do the super personal. Taylor's voice. There's a lyric that says, "Save my heart from the fate of Ophelia." It just seems like the relationship with Travis saved her from kind of a suicidal, horrible ending.
Right. But that seems overwrought. She wasn't suicidal
That's what I think the fate of Ophelia is. This relationship saved me from all this down in the dump stuff.
Okay. But I would think that to me, that would be false. That's her writing to her audience.
And then the second song is Elizabeth Taylor. And we have this album called Life of a Showgirl. And we have the last song, Life of a Showgirl. That seems separate from relationships. That seems to be about just getting older and knowing the shine's going to wear off or thinking the shine's going to wear off.
I have to take your word for it. Again, didn't really get into the lyrics. Yeah.
So this isn't going to be a fun
It's
exercise.
not going to be a fun exercise. I'd have to get into it. I listened to it 3 times. I found a couple of songs I liked, but do I think I'll ever listen to any of those songs again? No, I don't. It's just not my cup of tea. And I like some Taylor Swift. My favorite album would be like the Lover album back in the day. And also, she's moved away from the National guys. Aaron Dressler as the producer. Bon Iver worked for those are my guys, and now they're not working with her anymore. And that's not to say I don't like Max Martin. I love Swedish pop, top of the line. I love Swedish pop. Max Martin, Ace of Base back in the 90s. You guys don't even know what I'm talking about. That's Max Martin produced, and I do enjoy him. I just think it didn't quite get there. To me, the best pop music Taylor Swift's ever done is 1989 album. I hate to say it, Shake It Off. Those are the best pure pop, and she's kind of returning to pure pop now. And I kind of enjoyed maybe the slower Bon Iver national type stuff she was doing.
So we did text on a group text with Izzy and I listened to it a couple times. We went to Wilmington. She checked out the film program. I was pretty impressed with UNC Wilmington. And so we would listen to a song and we would hit pause and we would discuss it a little bit, which is not really something Izzy's always interested in doing.
Right,
But
like an English class for her.
yeah, I mean, Charlotte likes to do that kind of thing, has done that in the past, but Izzy was like looking up other songs that the song was supposed to be about and looking a lot of things up. But you and I and Megan and Charlotte and Izzy were on a group text. So did you name your favorite song or two? I can't remember.
I think I named the first song, the Ophelia song. I forget, Fate of Ophelia. Is that the very first song?
Yep.
I thought that one was a good one. I like that one.
And then I said my favorite, I think, was Canceled.
Right. I don't mind
That
it.
was kind
Yeah.
of the sort of beef song. Gavin Newsom, governor of California. Did you see his TikTok?
No, I haven't seen
Oh,
his TikTok.
so they used that song and
Oh, did
it was Trump talking and Trump tweets and
he's big on his tweets lately. Got it.
everything
So,
that right. He was like imitating, I mean it's not him, it's people working for him, but imitating, Trump's kind of tweets.
all caps, hysterical tweets. Yeah.
Um oh no, I'm wrong. Not canceled. Actually romantic is what I meant to say.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't remember that song very well.
Same I was saying the right things, but about the wrong song. Canceled
Okay.
was more about My
I'm still friends with someone who's got
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
canceled. Yeah.
So actually romantic is so the lyric is I heard you call me a boring Barbie when the Coke's got you brave. Um
Oh, this is the one about Charlie XX. Yes, they
yeah.
think.
So she's saying you're talking all this trash about me. You're sending me these hateful Valentines. You're everywhere you go, you're tweeting and talking about me. It's actually kind of romantic.
Right. Yeah.
So that's the Gavin Newsom using that song with
Saying
Trump.
Trump is talking about him all
It's
the time.
actually
Got it.
romantic,
Yeah.
DJT. And then what was
What's
my other
Donald Trump's middle name?
is it John? I think it might be
Oh,
John.
well, that's boring.
What I maybe it was Ruin the Friendship, the song where it seems like somebody she knew in high school and wished she would have kissed and didn't passes
And
away.
forgot about our friendship, right?
And
Yeah.
she goes to the grave and whispers to the grave, I wish I would have kissed you. That one seemed to like not, it went with the tone and the feel of the album, but was kind of a standalone song as far as subject matter. I think that was my second favorite one.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, there you go. That was our
That
brief.
was a
So,
brief Taylor Swift review.
so yeah, I did. I thought listening to it as many times as you did that something would stick with you.
Well, it's working while I was listening to it, but
Oh,
I
okay.
will admit, when I listen to music, I'm more about the melody, the music, the
Yeah,
production.
and I'm a super duper hone in on the words guy.
Now, I'll look at the lyrics, but only if they really stick with me. And it takes me a while to be able to sing every word of a song. It takes me a while, if
Charlotte,
ever.
my daughter Charlotte, who's a sophomore, and has come out of this a little bit, but she would ride in the car with me, looking at her phone, looking at the lyrics to the song we're listening to, and she is pissed off if I try to talk to her.
Oh, well,
It's
she's
like,
into those
shut up.
lyrics.
I'm focusing on these lyrics and thinking about them. Charlotte said she thinks her favorite Taylor Swift songs are sad songs that she likes to listen to when she's sad,
Right.
which
Yeah.
is kind of what you said.
Yeah, kind of. I don't know if that's my favorite, but Bon Iver Exile, that's a great song with Taylor Swift, and I like that one a lot.
All right, Ann, you recommended I think your text was something like this is a month ago at least. I just saw Weapons. It was great. I know you'll never do it, but you should see it.
Right. And I guess maybe I should have said more. But when I watched Weapons, loved it unequivocally. That's the word, right? Loved it wholeheartedly. Uh, think it's a great movie.
What's the,
Probably tied for my number one movie of the year.
what's the star's name?
Julia. What's her last name? Don't know.
It's not
She's
Garner. What
Yeah,
is it?
that's it. Julia Garner. She's from your Ozark show
Yes.
on
It's not
Netflix.
my Ozark show. I gave up. Ozark, I think I really liked the first season, and then I was so played every time by the cliffhanger that I said, I'm done with you, Ozark.
She was also the best part of Fantastic Four when
Mm.
she played the frozen person. I don't remember what that person's called, but she had a great speech that got repeated over and over. And I think I've even done it on this show, but she was great in that. So Julia Garner stars. The other ones are kind of, Josh Brolin's in it. It's more of an ensemble. The other people were kind of famous, but I don't know that I can name their names. Benedict Wong is in it. He plays the teacher.
Look, the premise is Garner, Julie, what's her name? Julie?
Julia Garner. I don't remember what her name in the show
Okay,
was.
here we go. Julia Garner is like a second or third grade teacher. She comes to class one
If
day.
not younger, maybe first grade.
Yeah, they're little. Um, she comes to class one day and only one of her students show up, and they find out pretty quickly that the other 17 kids at the exact same time went sprinting out of their houses.
Are missing. Yeah, they don't know where they are, and the only thing they have is a couple of videos of them sprinting weirdly out of their houses. Yes.
Yeah. And so we don't I think it's a new enough movie and we're not doing a full review. Now, Anne, I ended up thinking it was worth it and it paid off. And it was a satisfying ending. And I think I like Sinners better, but why even bother? They were both really good.
Right. I feel like I should watch Sinners again. Maybe I was just in a bad mood that day.
What else was good this year besides those two?
The movie I saw 2 weeks ago, One Battle After Another,
Oh, that's right.
with Leonardo DiCaprio. Great movie. It's tied maybe. I think probably I place it higher than Weapons. It's a great movie, great
Oh wow.
acted. The thing I liked about Weapons, it had a kind of a Pulp Fiction presentation, right? Different point of views.
You
So you
know
got
what I
more of
read
the
that
story.
was exactly that may I agree with what you're saying, but I read something that compared it to Magnolia and that was perfect.
Right, I hardly remember Magnolia. I saw it when it came out. I
It
don't
was the
remember it very
same
well.
thing, just
Okay.
like it was super, and this movie is also funny, right?
It's funny. The
It,
cop and the drug guy is very funny
oh
stuff.
my,
Yeah.
and it's even like even some of the gore. And by the way, you're an hour in and you think it's I thought it was going to be like a Silence of the Lambs suspense
Oh,
where
did you? Oh,
no,
okay.
just where it's not like, Silence of the Lambs is terrifying, but pretty low on the gore.
Right. Yeah. This is like a horror movie at the
And this
end.
is like
Yeah.
Sinners the same. Sinners is like an hour in, and it's a pretty normal movie with some voodoo. Um, and then the gore just explodes in the last 45 minutes.
And my only thing I'll talk about that is I thought the villain was great. Just the look of the villain, so crazy when you first see her.
So she's
Who
been,
is that? And I had
hey,
another friend who watched it and who knew who that was right away, and
I
I did
did
not
too.
recognize that actress. Did you know?
Yes, the wife,
Yeah.
all I knew her as is the wife
Field
in
of Dreams. Yeah.
Field of Dreams' wife. Yeah,
Right.
immediately. I was like, oh my gosh.
I did not recognize her.
The
And
first
at
thing
the
I,
end, I went home and was like, who was that? I had to look it up. Yeah.
the
Amy
first thing I
Madigan
did after the movie was go to YouTube and pull up a scene with the wife, and we watched a scene from Field of
from Field of
Dreams
Dreams.
with the wife. Um, so okay, I gave one of my game balls to the director. What's his name? Cregger?
I don't know the director's name, actually. I know
This
who it
is
is, but
really, let me see if I can find, boy, my notes are scattered. Maybe it's in my game ball notes. Um, I think no one needs the exact details. Will there be anybody who wants the exact details?
probably not. Go
Okay.
on.
So, oh, I got the name now. So, first of all, Zach Cregger, in my mind, has not done a lot.
Name his other movies, though. I knew some of them.
No, I didn't know any of them.
Oh, I think I
So
knew some.
I mean, now he's doing like one of the Dead movies, whatever. I'm totally blowing this. I should just go. No, he's been busy and creative and succeeding, but not on a level that reaches like to me national fame. And he had some kind of improv group. Anyway, he co-founded this improv group with his friend Trevor Moore,
Right, he's like a comedian, kind of.
and his friend fell off a balcony and died.
Oh, that's pretty tragic. Yeah.
So he wrote this movie to try to deal with his grief, and he didn't even know how the film would end. So the film is like talking about grief as a parasite. Um, they make a really kind of communities dealing with grief and having no answers. So 17 kids disappear, and they're drawing some connections between gun violence when a whole
Yeah, it's like oh, forgot the town already as I was talking. The
Hook,
kindergarten shooting.
Sandy Hook.
Yeah, Sandy Hook when half the town is missing. You're in a small town and now they're dead.
And that's like
So,
40 miles from where I was living at the time.
right. So it's like a real
So, and nobody knows what happened. They can't process it. They blame each other. Everyone goes after the teacher. Um, and then the film really, do you remember when the gun appeared over the house?
yeah, that never really got explained to me, but
I mean, that to me, that was just like a really overt, you might not get this gun violence stuff if I don't throw this up there.
right, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know any of his stuff he's done before. I take it
Yeah.
back. Yeah.
So huge breakthrough for him.
Huge breakthrough, great movie. I only saw, to me, the main plot hole. I don't think it's bad to bring this up. I don't think it'll spoil the movie. You
Turn
would
us
have
off. Hey, Rumble.
you would have investigated this kid big time. If you couldn't have talked, if the police couldn't have talked to his parents, that would have been an issue. They would have made home visits. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there were we didn't do a full prep on this. There definitely were some pick and nits when you're like, come on.
Yeah, but just forget it. Yeah, just forget it. Enjoy the movie. Had some
Um,
scares, had some jumps.
no, I thought the beginning was so suspenseful that they overdid it.
You thought it was too
It's
suspenseful.
like I'm 45 minutes in and I haven't been able to breathe at all. Like I've been like totally, so it was really good for that. Um, so I'll have to see one battle after another.
One
Uh,
down after another. 2 hours and 50 minutes long. Felt like a breeze.
oh, I don't know if I will
Oh, it
then.
was perfect.
I know what else I
Well
was going to do.
acted. The acting is top tier. Directing is great. The suspense at the end of that also incredible. Sean Penn probably going to win the Oscar for
Mm,
supporting actor. So
love
yeah, mark
champagne.
that down. So
Um,
disgusting.
who's our supporting actor nominees from? You agree? Weapons, it'll be have some nominations.
I think it should, but are
I
they
think
going to shy away from kind of the gore? I don't know, but it should.
it's so creative.
The
Um,
thing is, the Oscars have to nominate quite a few now.
mhm.
I don't think they have a set number, but
And
sometimes they'll do even as many as 10. And what
it
else are they
just
going to nominate?
it touches on social issues in such a strong way that I think voters eat that up.
Right, yeah. It depends on what comes out here the last 2 months, which is the big time for Oscar votes
And
or
then you
Oscar
were
movies.
right. So I think one of my general principles is um, when it costs less than $10 to watch the movie, then I'll watch it.
Okay. Yeah.
So Weapons went to 9.99 this week, and I watched it. F1, I may have spent more on F1. You were right about F1. F1 was fine.
Yeah, the ending to me was like, what? He's going back to it? I don't get it. Uh, he's going back to the Baja and just
Oh, I like
doing,
that fine.
yeah, I don't like it.
It was too for me. It was too the racing. There were too many racing scenes. The
The
racing scenes,
racing was a lot, right?
too
Yeah.
many racing scenes, too long.
Yeah, all the actors appealing, good stuff there, but yeah,
Yeah, you could have fun and not pay super close attention.
right.
All right. Do we watch? Do I have any more content? Was that the end of our
The
content?
only content I had, I mentioned this really
Oh
briefly.
boy, yeah.
Um, and I'm kind of behind the eight ball on this because, or behind the times, because I know that we all talked about this during COVID, or the rest of the world did. But the Sackler book, Empire of Pain, about the Sackler family who was behind OxyContin and the opioid epidemic, basically. Read that book really quick, long book, detailed book, really enjoyed it. Interesting book, couldn't put it down. Just the decisions they made over and over and over, so horrific to me. And so the greed, I guess the greed is just so
So
incredible. You won't
I
believe it.
did read the first chapter because I downloaded it, and I was reading it out loud to Megan because the information was shocking. I think one of the most shocking things too was, they have a wing of the Louvre named after them. They have a
They
library.
have wings of, well, they've been taken away from them now, but
Mm.
they did. And just to be that kind of person, I mean, maybe I'm thinking too good of myself, but if I'm a billionaire, I wouldn't want all those things named after me, would I? I just
Oh,
wouldn't be into it.
you would maybe buy the things, but you don't need your
I'd be
name.
like, here's my donation, but you know what? You don't have to put my name on it. I don't want to see my kids' names on it. They didn't do crap. Let's not go over all that. But and it was the excessiveness. But yeah, to me, what really blew me away was just the interlocking of things like the FDA. Is that who approves drugs?
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah. The FDA, the doctors. I mean, these doctors too. What's wrong with you guys? Advertising, the things that we as patients think is an independent study, and it's not an independent study. So those things were pretty frightening.
Yeah. We were talking about that today in my classes, talking about peer-reviewed journals.
Yeah, who pays for all this stuff, guys? Yeah,
Yeah. Great question, Ann. Good thing that who paid for this thing that we're listening to or reading?
right. Yeah.
All right. And you got Murderland coming up?
I'm going to read Murderland, and I figured out what it's about because I put
Oregon.
the hold on it a long time. It's
Yeah.
about, yeah, the Pacific Northwest, the intertwinings of why so many serial killers.
And then didn't you name another? Oh no, those are the two books you told me about.
Those are the two books, yeah,
I'm reading the Tarantino. I forget what it's called. Cinema.
about directing. Yeah.
It's like, no, it's more about
It's not written by him or it's written about him.
by him. The first chapter is stories about being a kid and his parents taking him to totally inappropriate movies. His parents
Something
get,
that never happened to us.
nope. His parents get divorced. I mean, Ogie walked out of the Pink Panther.
Pink Panther. Our grandmother took us to the Pink Panther, thinking it was about the cartoon Pink Panther. We got kicked out. My mother, Carol Sue, took a friend to see, I want to say it was called About Me, and it was a Steve Martin comedy, like Changing Bodies or something.
Oh yeah.
Very early on, whispered between our heads, "We have to exit. You cannot watch this." Embarrassing, one of the most embarrassing moments of my life. So no, I didn't get to see inappropriate movies.
Yeah. The book was called Cinema Speculation.
Okay.
It's sort of like, I mean, the beginning is like an autobiography of going to the movies.
Right.
And it's just going into great detail on theaters in your town. And then I learned, Ann, how did I not know Steve McQueen was from Beech Grove, Indiana?
I feel like I did maybe know he's from Indiana, but I wouldn't have ever pulled Beech Grove out. Yeah.
I read some crazy stuff about Steve McQueen. Okay.
Quentin Tarantino owns 2 theaters here in LA. One very close to me.
So I don't know if I read the sample. I don't know if I'm going to buy it. I'm a sample guy.
You're a big sample guy. Yeah. I borrowed it from the library, Bill.
I wish I could figure out. I never can get it to work.
Yeah. LA Library, pretty great.
Yeah, I don't think we have the ability that you have.
Yeah, I think I tried to do that for Mom and I couldn't figure it out either. Yeah.
All right. And good to see you.
Good to see you. Happy Monday.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Smart takes the shot, and the Hoosiers with 3 seconds. Go ahead.
But what we found out is that each one of us is a brain and an athlete
And a basket case. A princess.
and a criminal. Does that answer your question?
I love you guys.